This network has created some of the best ships of all time.
I don't want Peyton. I want you.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 The CW TV couples.
You know, I've got that book upstairs.
Oh, the book we talked about.
Yep.
Great.
We could go upstairs and look at it.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at our favorite couples from shows that aired on the CW, both past and present. Please note, however, that we won't be considering couples from shows that only aired on the WB. Number 10, Barry Allen and Iris West, The Flash.
Please. Listen to me. Ever since the night that you told me how you felt, I have not been able to stop thinking about you.
These two are clearly meant to be together. Just look at the source material.
I've never stopped thinking about you.
While comic book fans knew that Barry Allen, also known as The Flash, was destined to end up with Iris, the TV versions of these beloved characters took a little bit longer to figure it out. This relationship develops in a slow and natural way, with all the roadblocks you would imagine when one party is a superhero.
It's like everything that was wrong in my life, the pain of my past, my mistakes, it's all just washed away. And all I see is you and us and our future together.
West Allen is a fan favorite ship, and despite the fact that they've pretty much gotten their happily ever after, we're thrilled to be along for the ongoing romantic ride.
Central City needs the Flash.
I'll be right back, I promise.
Number 9, Jane Villanueva and Rafael Solano, Jane the Virgin.
Look, I'm sorry that I called you a jerk the other night. I was just in this...
I'm the father.
What?
Baby that you're carrying.
In the first episode of Jane the Virgin, Jane is happily dating Michael when she finds out she's pregnant with another man's baby.
Jane, Gloriana, Villanueva, will you?
Michael, I'm pregnant.
This is particularly shocking given that she's never had sex with him, or anyone for that matter. Despite this horrific start to their relationship, several seasons in and we were fully rooting for Mateo's biological parents to end up together.
Raf, thank you. I know it's not dinner for two, but the way you support my writing is really romantic.
Season 4 ended on a cliffhanger, with Rafael about to propose to Jane when it's revealed that Michael is still alive after all, which kept us on the edge of our seats waiting to see what will happen next. Number 8, Alex Danvers and Maggie Sawyer, Supergirl.
What are you doing here? I was worried about you.
Even though it's thankfully becoming more prevalent, it's still refreshing to see an honest portrayal of an LGBTQ+ couple on TV. One of the best examples in recent television is that of Alex and Maggie from Supergirl.
I want to kiss you.
Maggie helps Alex discover her sexuality, and the two tentatively begin a relationship together, spawned from an already solid friendship.
It's called being happy. Get used to it, Danvers.
Fans loved this couple, but sadly, there were insurmountable differences that in the end broke them apart before they had the chance to make the ultimate commitment to one another. Still, who knows what the future holds for Sandverse?
I never would have gotten here without you.
Number 7, Clarke, Griffin, and Lexa, The 100.
I'm sorry. Don't be. You have to go back. They're your people.
Another great example of a portrayal of a lesbian relationship in recent years was this one from The 100. Sadly, it similarly didn't have a happy ending, with the show being accused of the bury your gays trope because of their decision to kill off Lexa soon after she was intimate with Clarke. Regardless of this tragic ending, their relationship was one that fans were obsessed with, starting with their rocky beginnings and continuing until the bitter end.
Lexa!
The 100 showed what it was like when two extremely strong women came together, and paved the way for many more examples to come.
The next commander will protect you.
Number 6, Oliver Queen and Felicity Smoak, Arrow. If you're an All-City shipper, it's safe to say that you've had a stressful few years.
It's the key to my apartment.
Okay.
One of the fan favorite couples in the Arrowverse, Oliver and Felicity have some of the best chemistry we've ever seen on TV.
If you want, his life will be better with you in it.
These two keep getting torn apart by a wide variety of issues, the most recent being the Green Arrow's incarceration. Thankfully, they've been reunited in season 7, but we know it's not all smooth sailing and happy endings from here on out.
How did you do it all by yourself?
I didn't do it all by myself. I had you.
Let's just say we're keeping our fingers crossed that the flash forward from level 2 isn't accurate. Number 5, Betty Cooper and Jughead Jones, Riverdale.
Hey there, Juliet. Nurse off duty?
One of the CW's more recent shows has quickly become one of its most successful, especially since it began streaming on Netflix. Riverdale has given us a bunch of great couples to ship, from Archie and Veronica to Cheryl and Tony, to our favorite, Betty and Jughead, also known as Bughead.
Jughead Jones. I love you.
This is a classic case of opposites attracting, and while we may have been somewhat skeptical at first, we're definitely all in for this relationship now. The fact that actors Cole Sprouse and Lily Reinhart got together in real life makes it all the more endearing, effectively sealing the deal for us.
From now on, we're partners. In serpents, in life, all of it, okay?
Number 4, Blair Waldorf and Chuck Bass, Gossip Girl.
You were amazing out there.
If you read the Gossip Girl books, you probably never saw this relationship coming, but in the show, it just worked. Chuck may have initially come across as a detestable and frankly kind of problematic character in the beginning, but he eventually changed his ways. In order to make things work with Queen Bee of the Upper East Side, Blair.
Chuck Bass. I love you.
These two kept us on the edge of our seats throughout pretty much the entire series, doing the classic on-again, off-again thing until they finally got their happily ever after in the series finale.
And by the power vested in me by the great state of New York, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Number 3, Rory Gilmore and Jess Mariano, Gilmore Girls. Whether it's bad for us or not, no one can resist a bad boy.
What are you doing here?
Hello to you too.
Is everything okay?
You look nice.
Thank you.
And the ultimate CW example of this trope is Jess from Gilmore Girls. He's got the leather jacket, the classic beater, and of course the lack of emotional availability, at first at least. He and Rory can't stay away from each other when she's still with Dean, but things quickly fall apart once they're finally together. He pulls out all the stops with a few major romantic gestures later on though, and to be honest, we would totally have taken him up on his offer to run away together.
What do you have to say to me?
I love you.
And trust us, it was hard to just pick one Gilmore Girls couple, because Luke and Lorelai are obviously a very close second.
What are you doing?
Will you just stand still?
Number 2, Nathan Scott and Haley James Scott, One Tree Hill.
We got married last night.
Lots of TV shows try to convince us that high school sweethearts can end up together and live happily ever after, and most of the time, we still find it hard to believe. With these two though, it actually feels totally realistic. Nathan and Haley were an unlikely match at the beginning, the nerdy girl and the popular star basketball player. But as the seasons progressed, it became clear that they could endure anything together. And trust us when we say that the One Tree Hill writers really put them through the ringer.
I love you, Haley.
I love you too.
Amid the car crashes, kidnappings, and even a horrific school shooting, Nathan and Haley were always there for each other.
Thank you. Thank you for believing in me, Haley.
Thank you for being worth it.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
What are you doing?
You're too short. You need to level the playing field.
This is where you take all your conquests.
Nope, only the short ones.
I'm here now.
Things could have been different.
Things will be different.
We've been patiently waiting for Rome to give us permission to do what we want. We've been playing it safe. And what has that gotten us? Factions and plots and uncertainty? Everything but safety. Oh my God, it's my letter from camp. You keep this with you, like, all the time?
Look, I know you're with Greg, but...
Stop.
Number 1, Damon Salvatore and Elena Gilbert, The Vampire Diaries. Vampire romances have always had their snags, but in the end, it's all the more satisfying when two supernatural characters finally come together. The love triangle in The Vampire Diaries kept us coming back for more week after week and year after year. And while the show had many fan-favorite couples, no one could beat Damon and Elena. Though it took them a while, their first kiss was definitely one for the books.
If I'm gonna feel guilty about something, I'm gonna feel guilty about this.
E! News polled fans about iconic TV couples, and Damon and Elena came out on top. beating many others in the fierce competition. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.